Hey, what's up? This is Witt from Cane Hill.
How you doing, Witt?
I'm good. How are you?
Cane Hill are back in the UK.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, he just woke up, so I'll try to be easy on you.
I'm still on an American schedule. It's pretty shit.
But you've been in Europe for the last 2-3 weeks already?
Yeah, you think I would have fixed it, but I woke up at like 1 p.m. every single day.
Very nice.
Yeah, it's rude.
1 p.m. UK or?
Europe.
Okay.
So like noon.
Okay, makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, well, you get there by the time you head back home.
I'm just gonna hopefully stay on this schedule.
Okay. Oh, you can just move here?
Yeah, I'd like to.
Yeah.
Honestly, please get me out of America.
Well, between the troubles in the US and the trouble in the UK, you're gonna feel just at home?
Yeah, honestly, as I was saying, get me out of America, I was like, oh, UK with Theresa May and Brexit.
Well, we'll plan getaway plans later on today. But I had a listen to the new album, EP actually,
Yeah.
Kill the Sun. Okay, it's going to be released in January.
Mm-hmm.
And it got me thinking, okay, Smile was a bit kind of juvenile, let's say.
Right.
And then Too Far Gone, we talked about you guys maturing.
Mm-hmm.
And Kill the Sun feels like you got married, had kids, had a full life, died reincarnated as unicorns, and now you're speaking to animals. What's going on there?
Having fun.
Okay.
Yeah, just taking left turns, doing whatever we want.
Completely different. What started it?
I mean, honestly, if you look at our back catalog, all of our songs, I mean, all of our albums have softer songs on them, so we knew we could do it. I mean, we did this song, French 75, on our EP, so we knew we could do like a production singing song. We wanted to do one better than that, honestly, because of how old it was, and we knew if we put more time into something, we could make something better. So we wrote a really angry album in Too Far Gone. Smile was angry, EP was angry, and for 6 or so months while we were writing, none of us were very angry. We were just kind of in dark places, depressed, morose. So we wanted to try something different. We wanted to try something that was more emotionally heavy than like instrumentally heavy. And we kind of knew that our talents were vast enough that we could pull it off if we just put the time and effort into it. So we decided, fuck it, do an EP that's not heavy.
Okay, based on my previous experience with you guys, it took me a second or two to realize whether you're actually singing on Empty. Track Empty, is it actually you singing?
Yep.
That's very diverse of you.
Thank you.
So, should we expect those songs to be incorporated into the new set?
This one, no. In the future, we'd definitely like to do performances of these songs, but what it takes is buying some new equipment. That way we're not just putting everything on a MacBook and pushing it through a PA. We want to actually be able to physically play what we're writing, and since we did such a different thing than our usual, we used a bunch of instruments that are kind of only available to us in our studio setting. So we need to get that, and then realistically probably have a tour where we have matinees. And the thing I want to do, you know, is we have matinee shows where we have the acoustic EP and then some of our softer songs to give you like a softer show to fill that atmosphere, and then at night just go full on heavy and angry. But if we don't do that, then yeah, we'll just work them into our set.
So you're not going to surprise us tonight with an acoustic one halfway through?
No. Tonight's all heavy. Yeah.
Okay. And if I'm not mistaken, every release was inspired by a different experience, some sort of substance.
Right.
So what led to this one? Just withdraw.
This was just... Honestly, it's the story of when we started doing LSD, so kind of like how Too Far Gone was very much based on where we were at during that phase. The first song of the EP is kind of the attitude we had right before we started doing a bunch of bullshit, like kind of where we were at, idiots, you know. And then it kind of just details that entire time in like kind of the opposite side of Too Far Gone, whereas Too Far Gone was the anger and the darkness, and in like this violent light. The EP is more like kind of what happened to our relationships as we were going through that time period, kind of what happened to us as people internally, and a big shift in our attitudes towards other people, our lives, everything, honestly. It was just, so the last song, so you go through all of it, you see what we lost, where we went, how we felt, kind of our brain thoughts, and then the last one is kind of, the last song is just like the culmination of all of it, realizing that we don't want to do that shit anymore.
So is it progression?
Yeah.
So can we expect kids in the future?
Fuck no.
So we're not gonna have a serenade album?
No.
Okay.
No, I'm angry again, so it's fine.
Okay. And I think the past dealt with fear of death.
Yeah.
Is the new material about fear of life, or is there somewhere kind of in between, accepting both, or still fear?
I think it's if it's fear of anything, it's kind of just fear of yourself and what you can do to yourself, because an overwhelming theme is realizing that all of these problems that I've caused myself, like that I've done to myself purposely or subconsciously, keeping myself in shitty situations, making attempts to like actively ruin relationships for the fun of it, you know, doing drugs and pushing my limitations, like just to see where I could get, because I didn't really fucking care if I lived or died. So it's just fear of anything. It's just fear of your own subconscious.
Okay, and we touched on it just before we went on record. It's your 4th visit to the UK, always as a support. Were there talks about coming back as a headliner?
I don't know.
Okay.
I really have no idea. I have kids come up and ask me that all the time. I'm like,
so who should we talk to?
probably future me.
Okay.
Yeah, because he'll know once it's happening.
Okay. And so you guys were all raised up in relatively religious families. You guys go against religious, but are you faithful in any way?
That's such a dense question. I definitely prescribe to atheism.
Okay.
I don't believe that there is a God. I don't believe there's a higher power that decides who gets to do what or has any kind of like control over our destiny. It really goes a lot deeper than that. I don't feel like.
Okay. So I'll confront you with a rumor instead. Okay. So I know that the rumor is based on something that you said in the past, that you really like or disliked and know the lyrics to a lot of Backstreet Boys songs.
Yeah.
Is there a cover or tribute to the Backstreet Boys in the future?
The rest of the guys aren't about it.
You tried it.
Nah, that's just it's just good music. I don't need to recreate that. It's purest form, as good as good on
Definitely
the time.
don't mind seeing some sort of crazy Cane Hill tribute to Backstreet Boys. Okay, everybody that can rock.
The guys in the band got to learn how to sing better.
Okay, so maybe in the future you might give me a better answer for that. Okay, so we said Kill the Sun is out in January. What else can you tell us about the future of the band?
Again, no clue where we're going. Really, it's because, okay, so on some past tours, I was a drunk fucking mess, and I didn't really take my time to enjoy any of it. I didn't take my time to enjoy any of it or anything like that. I don't remember most of it, so kind of when I stopped drinking and when I stopped being a fuck ass, I decided to enjoy where I'm at the time that I'm at it, and not worry about what's happened or what's gonna happen. The only part of the future I know for us is, like, we've got some tours next year in America, and we're playing some festivals in Europe, and that's it.
Okay, anything else you want to add to fans and listeners out there?
Buy my EP. It's pretty good.
It is. I had a listen, I can confirm that. So, Witt of Cane Hill, thank you very much.
Of course.